Okay, Matt. Well, I say we go ahead and get started. I wanted to just say hi, everybody, and welcome. I hope everybody's having a great day today. I'm Jamie, the brand and community manager at Know, and we are here for another In the Know webinar. So today we have Matt. He's the co-founder of Email Ties, which is, if you're not familiar, a digital marketing firm that specializes in using email and SMS lists to find revenue opportunities for rapidly growing e-commerce brands. And today he's going to be walking us through some best practices and strategies using email marketing and SMS to power sales. And as always, I just wanted to go over a couple housekeeping items before we do get started, and I pass it over to Matt. If you haven't had a chance to watch any of our previous webinars, we have a good list running from last year, and they are up on our YouTube channel. And then I will be posting all of the new ones there as well. And if you have any questions during today's webinar, feel free to use the Q&A box and send in your questions there. But if you do have any questions regarding Know, your account, or if you're looking to sign up, you can always reach out to us at hello@knowcommerce.com. We're always happy to help. So Matt, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you.
Thank you so much for the introduction. And I hope I will see the answers or questions. I'm sorry, not the answers, the questions. But if I don't, feel free to interrupt me during the presentation. And I'm more than happy to elaborate on the topic more. But today, what I have is a journey. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see the presentation?
Yeah.
Perfect. On how to turn a negative customer acquisition cost. So let's say you're losing money out of the gate, and we want to turn it into profit or a lot more revenue. In this case, we're trying to reach $1,900 in value and revenue for your business. So breaking down the 38x ROI, and I chose 38x ROI because that is something that goes around for years. From all the platforms that are email service providers, they all constantly talk about ROI, big ROI for email. So if you grow your list effectively, if you get people that are engaged with your newsletters and campaigns, you will see huge ROI. So I wanted to challenge that and see if we can actually reach 38x ROI using your list, email, and SMS marketing. So to begin, I definitely have to highlight the fact that email marketing works really well, but it needs one thing. It needs good traffic as well. So yes, we can generate traffic from your list, people that are following and staying engaged, like I mentioned in a second ago. But the most important thing, if you're scaling your brand or your online store, you need a strong acquisition strategy. So far, as you know, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, now with YouTube Shorts are great for those. You can have one or two videos that will really blow up and generate a lot of traffic. And the last thing you need, or the last thing you don't want to have, is a situation where you get this amazing traffic, but you have no backend system to really engage with this audience, these new people that are visiting your store. So that's what we're trying to figure it out. And of course, big problem for a lot of e-commerce store owners is high customer acquisition cost. And sometimes it even exceeds your average order value or any profits. And as you probably have heard before, if you can spend the most amount of money on your customer, that brand will win, right? So let's see how we can turn it into ROI. And that's exactly what we are hoping to create, a strong retention strategy in place. So let's go and break it down. We have customer acquisition cost $50, and your average order value is, unfortunately, as of right now, $40. So we out $10 from that purchase. So how can we turn it into my screen here? How can we turn that in $50 into $1,900? So first of all, you paid $50 to acquire a customer. And as you know, the conversion, it basically means you get a lot of traffic to your site. Let's say we just got 50 site visitors to generate that one single purchase. So now the first step of the first job of email and SMS marketing system, the backend system, is to capture as many as possible people to join your list. And you can use for your sign-up forms, cashbacks, discounts, ebooks. We've seen all of those quizzes. You can use all of those strategies. I highly recommend to test at least 3 before you decide what to do. But if you do it right, if you test it enough, you should turn 1 every 10th site visitor, so 10% sign-up rate, into a subscriber. So as of right now, we gained 5 new subscribers, and we have a strong welcome flow. The welcome flow is the brand indoctrination, I like to call, where we welcome your new subscribers, you explain what are your values, mission, and most of the time they subscribe because you told them that they will receive a discount or cashback or whatever that offer was. They want to see that offer right away. So we have that in the first email, and the welcome flow continues. You might have 5, you might have 10 emails, but the first emails usually convert really, really well. We see a conversion rate or order placement rate of 10 to 20%. So you received pretty much another $40 order because our welcome flow converted some of your new subscribers into new purchase. So we're already $30 positive. Still missing $1,820. So let's see what we can do. Here's how you can easily convert these 2 transactions into more revenue. But let's talk about average order value, which is even talking about research, according to our new friend, not Google, but now ChatGPT. ChatGPT will tell you that a lot of brands struggle with customer acquisition costs and, of course, average order value. So that bothers me as well. Let's see if we can optimize this. Thank you flow or upsell flow is a great way to do that. And I like to use something that we call a confirmation bias. So whenever someone spends money on your store, you might even have info product, you might have a service, whatever that is. We are constantly looking, especially in physical products, we're looking for confirmations that I've made a right decision to spend $50, $40, $100, whatever the price is. And this was a wise decision that I've made. So obviously in the thank you flow, you want to first of all thank that customer for the purchase. And sometimes that alone, we tested even a simple thank you flow, thank you email without any call to action, like literally message from the founder, thank you so much for being the first customer, buying first time with us, or shopping first time with us. And that alone somehow gets people to visit the site again, right from the get-go. Then next in this sequence, you can elaborate, explain one benefit per email pretty much. If you sell supplements or skincare products, whatever products you sell, there's some benefits to your products. You want to explain what those are. Let's say if you have leather goods, fashion brand, you want to explain how you source your product, maybe show behind the scenes of how you create your leather goods. We had a brand that was 40 or 50 years in the business. They were traveling all around the world, gathering their products. Those were great stories to tell and show how you actually make this product happen and why it's limited and only available for a handful of customers because it takes a lot of effort to create it. Make sure that you add some social proof. And in the consecutive emails, you might start explaining more elements, more advantages of your product. What are the benefits of using those? Finally, you get at one point, you get to the point where you can make a one-time offer, usually a package, something that will increase your average order value. That's the goal of this email. So we used confirmation bias to confirm they've made the right decision. They joined, maybe have an audience outside of your list, maybe have a Facebook group or something like that. They joined it. They feel good. Your customer experience begins. And also, before you even get to this point, you might use software like No to get even first zero-party data, get immediate feedback, why they bought the product. You can include those in these emails as well. So yeah, we sent these emails. We started with the thank you flow. And when it comes to the time between those emails, you don't want to overwhelm your audience, but you will find that if you keep it every 1 or 2 days, usually these emails get huge open rates. They get also good click rate, and people will start going back to your store. Again, we confirm that they've made the right decision, and that's the half of the success, is just confirming that they've made the right decision, and that worked really, really well. So now we have consumers who initially invested $80, right? We had 2 sales. We have our thank you flow that is so effective. We convince them to buy again, and this time the average order value is double that much. It's $80, and we're already at $240. And some fun fact when it comes to these numbers, first when I created this presentation, I thought those were crazy numbers, but honestly, you'll be surprised if you just follow these strategies, how crazy results you might get. Like, we had a story with it was a lifestyle jewelry brand from Australia, and literally with these first flows that people receive after buying your product, we're able to double their customer lifetime value. So someone who spent, I think it was like $120, came back within, some people came back within 24 hours, and they literally spent double as much money. So that is really great for not only average order value, but also customer lifetime value. Let's not forget about that. So how can we double that? Our new customers are gradually transforming into your VIPs. Some brands use VIPs just for SMS list, but some brands usually use it for the value, customer lifetime value. So we want to help them get to the higher lifetime value, become our VIPs. And of course, when it comes to VIPs, you have to treat them properly. You have to have some incentives for them, and you have to decide what's comfortable for you, what kind of deals you want to give them, maybe more cash back, maybe they can collect points, etc. Treat your VIPs like VIPs. That is the part of it, because these people will continue to spend money on your brand, and even beyond that. We'll cover that in a second. So you can start creating a segment that includes nearly VIPs. You can have a pop-up on your site that targets that particular segment. Nearly VIPs is someone that is on his or her way to become a VIP. Let's say $300, $400 your VIP. So somewhere in between, you can have your nearly VIPs. And of course, they're already amazed by your customer experience. Maybe you even introduce a customer support team or person. They start loving your brand. And that's where we can come in with our cross-sell flows. The cross-sell flows are pretty much showing the rest of your products. The problem with that, and I see a lot of brands struggle, is that you might have way too many products in your store, and you don't want to read hundreds of emails, and you want to focus on the best selling emails, the best selling products in this case. So a few things that I've seen really working really well: create catalog-like emails. If you have a lot of products, you can highlight literally 5 to 10 products per email and just extend the flow, have more emails there. If you have not too many products, it's quite simple. Just focus on the benefits of, let's say, one product that goes really well with the previous purchase, or it can be even something really different, as long as it's basically good recommendation from you. So now we have cross-sells performing really well. So we got another $150. And here's something that I wanted to give you as a metaphor. Apple Store, every time they launch new products, we have a store in the central city of the desert. And many times in the summertime, there's some product launches or something happens. And every time they do that, people don't care that it's 120 degrees outside. You're dehydrating. They will stay there and they want to get into the store. They want to buy these products, and they wait hour, 2 hours before they even open the store. So that's kind of like the North Star when it comes to branding. But obviously, you can amaze your customer with various ways when it comes to customer support, customer service, and just by just demonstrating that you understand and you care about your audience. And that's why we're already at $540. So we're almost there. And one thing that people forget, or they never considered creating this, is that if you have a person that loves your brand, they will be having conversations at the kitchen table the dinner table with their family members and friends. And I'm talking from my own experience. Every time I have a product that I love, trust me, all of my friends and family members are tired of hearing stories about this product. And that's what we can benefit. That's what brands can, a lot of brands can benefit from it as well. So you can easily create a referral system. They can get store credit, maybe sometimes cash in exchange for sharing a unique code with someone important to them. And obviously they will do the selling part for you. Many times if you actually get this email, the referral email, you don't even question it. You already know you want it. So but it takes obviously a couple of weeks. We see 2-3 weeks in the beginning when you start introducing that to your audience, but it compounds. So if you're getting 100 orders per day, you can expect a big percentage of them to at one point refer to their friends and obviously get something in exchange. They get benefit, their friends get a benefit, and obviously everyone is happy. So now we went through the entire process. We're $1,620, so close. What else can we do to get to that higher number? $280 still missing. So let's not forget about campaigns. You are constantly, we're talking about mostly about flows, but you should be constantly, consistently, not constantly, but consistently sending out newsletter campaigns, email campaigns. In Australia, they call it the EDMs, to your audience, keeping them engaged. Usually 2 to 3 campaigns per week work really well. We have some brands that have much higher frequencies, but then you start segmenting your list, and you basically don't send to the entire list your campaign to the entire list. You send it to a specific audience. But we have one of our accounts that we manage we're sending literally to 800,000 people 2 or 3 times a week. And average open rates right now 59%. So people like reading emails. I mean, sometimes the numbers might be wrong, but you see that your brand will generate a lot of revenue from emails. So don't forget about your campaigns. And also, you might be launching new products. Maybe you're testing new products. Maybe you have some special promos because you have too much inventory. Those things happen all the time. Maybe there is another holiday, Valentine's Day, happening right now. You definitely will see a lot of customers buy not only from flows, but also from campaigns. And that's quite easily to get that $46. And of course, those who referred a client at first, our first initial customers, they will be amazed. They will go through the whole process as well. They'll be amazed with your branding, and they might bring a client or two as well, or a customer or two for your brand. So there we go. That's how I would break down a customer journey to turn a negative $10 into huge profits. And I have 2 bonuses for you. One thing that I see a lot of brands struggling with, it is how to create a campaign calendar. So many times I hear a story where, well, we see what's on our calendar in terms of events. Maybe there are some specials events happening, or National Day of Chocolate, whatever it is, and we'll come up with an idea, usually last minute, and that's how we do our campaign calendar. It's very difficult to do that and stay consistent with it. And consistency is the key. You want to make sure that people know that expect almost your email because it's packed with value. So the first thing outside of what we have here, I would focus on adding value to their lives. If you have a supplement brand, you might talk outside of supplementation. You might talk about nutrition. You might talk about sleep. You might talk about biohacking, something that really will resonate with your audience. And adding value is the first thing to do. You obviously have special sales offers you plan for the month. That's simple. You have new product launches, national holidays, seasons, zodiac dates. I mean, for some brands, that performs really well. You might be even creative and have some images that they can click, and every image takes them to, with a zodiac sign, takes them to a different product or category. That's sometimes really nice way to get your click rates through the roof. Blog posts, nurturing campaigns, value-added campaigns. Those are performing really exceptionally well. Like if your post is well structured and you highlight it in your email, people will click, people will read, and at the end of the blog post, they'll just look for that product. That's definitely something pretty big. Surveys, of course, surveys work. You'll be surprised how many people actually want to share why they shop with you, what do they like, what they don't like. It will tell you everything. Just ask surveys, keep it simple, ask simple questions, open-ended questions, and you'll get good information you can use later in your campaigns. Bestseller of the week or of the month, reviews, testimonials, highlight those. VIP only emails, we covered it a bit earlier, but also you can maybe do, if in case you miss it. I know big brands, 9-figure brands, multi-8-figure brands doing in case you missed it. If you're very active on social media, you might just show some highlights, your best performing post, things like that. Keep people in your ecosystem. If they go from your email to your social media platform, they might see products, they might see some cool short format videos, some case studies or whatever that they find attracted to. That will still keep your people in your ecosystem. And then must have 5 pre-purchase flows. Pre-purchase flows are, in this case, we're talking about new subscribers, but also they work for people that are already your customers outside of the welcome flow. So we start with the welcome flow. That's usually top 3 of the flows. You want to make sure that you have that in your repertoire. Second, site abandonment. 1 to 2 emails. Keep it simple. Site abandonment happens when someone opens your website, but they don't even look at any product. They'll receive this email. So next, we have browse abandonment. People are looking at the product, but they don't add to cart. Then we have actually number 4 should be number 5. We have abandon checkout, and added to cart. Those are 2 separate flows, very similar, very similar. The added to cart shows only 1 product, the first product you added to cart. Abandon checkout shows all of the products, and we're sending people to different locations. So abandon checkout, you send people straight to the checkout, so they just click buy now. And added to cart, you send usually people back to the cart in case they would like to add more products. Those are, honestly, I have to say, many times top 5 performing flows in general, depending on how many orders you get, but and what's the season as well. But I mean, after Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you don't even have to have any discount codes in any of those emails. They will be bringing a lot of revenue in December. That's what we usually see. So after Black Friday, people are constantly adding products to cart. They forget, they get distracted, whatever happens. They receive these emails, and they will definitely reconsider buying that product. So that's it. That's all I have for you today. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much, Matt. And it looks like we didn't have any questions come through, but if you want to let people know where they can reach out to you if anything comes up later, then they can ask you then.
The best place will be definitely on Twitter. If you just go in the search tab, email ties, you'll find either Claudia or Matt Wiss on Twitter. Send me a DM there. That's where I hang out most of the time. And other than that, we're on pretty much every platform. So if you comment on any of our videos, I'll definitely see it. So always happy to give you some ideas, even if you need ideas for your campaign calendar. We do it. That's the only thing we do every day, every single day. So we can come up with ideas pretty fast for your brand. So that's what we pretty much have. And last thing, wanted to say that we put together like a free course with 25 videos that show you more precisely of how to do things we just covered in this presentation. So yeah, if you find if you find us on any social media platform, there will be a free course in the link.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time today, Matt. It was great having you here, and I hope everybody has a great day, and we will be talking soon.
Thanks so much for having me. Take care.
Bye-bye.